Or if you look at a grape, which is the most strongest and stringent fruit on planet Earth, you want to move the lymphatic system, eat grapes. You want to get rid of so-called breast cancer, eat grapes. You want to get rid of prostate cancer, eat grapes. You want to heal your diabetes mellitus, your hyperglycemia, eat grapes. This is the most astringent fruit on the earth, family. I have yet to see anything with a seeded grape. Anything. Not no watermelon, not no cucumber. When I'm talking about the astringent healing properties, dissolving mucus, tugging and pulling mucus from the cells, producing catalase to bring oxygen back to the cells, to actually revitalize the cells, tones the cells, strengthen the cells, and detoxify the cells. Grapes, the grape kingdom with seeds. Wonder why you can't find them no more, huh? Wonder why you can't find them no more, huh? See that?
You are not allowed to work when the government tells you you're not allowed to work. Your children are being force masked. Your children are learning propaganda in school, okay? You're being constantly told to think about race. You're being constantly told that the only reason all this is happening is white supremacy. You've got inflation through the roof, despite the fact that gas prices are astronomical. Biden has just announced they're going to shut down more pipelines because the Green New Deal. Because we need clean energy solutions. So you're going to have to go and maybe fill up your tank for $10 per gallon because, you know what, we need Green New Deals. You need to just commit to the idea that is bigger than how you live day to day. The idea is bigger. You're learning actively in school how to be an idiot, okay? You have actual people, right, with credentials, tenured professors that legitimately are telling you that men can be women and women can be men, that men can give birth. What is it going to take for you to wake up to the fact that this entire nation is being run by ideologues, and the job and the goal of an ideologue is to run you into the ground until you have nothing. You will have nothing. America is becoming a country of the have and the have-nots. They are wiping out the middle class systematically, okay? The middle class, the same middle class they used, okay, to garner votes, to go out, protest for racism. Oh my God, racism, don't look at us, don't look at us. Oh, here's what we're gonna do. We have to put in place policies. We need to, you know what we do? We need more government. We need more government. The only way we're gonna be able to solve this is if we grow government. We're gonna need a COVID force. We're gonna need a racism force. We're gonna need trillions and billions more of your hard-earned taxpayer dollars, okay? Because you're gonna own nothing and nothing, you're all gonna work for the state, okay? So we can solve these problems like climate change. Climate change is never gonna go away. We're just gonna keep saying like every time it snows or rains, we have to tax you. Yeah, climate change. Let's all work on this big concept of climate change. Oh, I see that we solved and now gay marriage is legal. Let's move on to trans. Like until kids can pick their gender and we can grow government and we can take more control over the classrooms for equality, like this issue will never be solved. What is it going to take, okay? Because I can't even think up, and I don't even want to say, I don't even want to curse it. I can't even think up what's coming around the corner, right? I'm convinced that we are going to go through a very real period of starvation in this country. And I am convinced also that you will be starving, you will have no job, and you will still have people that are convinced that's because of white supremacy. Yeah. You're going to have children taken away by the state. They're going to say, oh, we took your children away because you didn't vax your child. And you must be vaxxed or else the state, we're going to have to, we could have them legitimately proposing to send people that are unvaccinated to camps. And you would still have people saying, it's because of white supremacy. It's because we didn't build the Tower of George Floyd high enough. That is the level of complete and utter nonsense that we are dealing with in this country. What is it going to take for you to wake up to the fact that this is tyranny? This is the stuff that they convinced you, that media brainwash is real, okay? What happens in China? What happens in North Korea? State-sanctioned TV. Their job is to make you agree with the state, okay? The state is in control. You sacrifice everything to the state. That is their job, and you're still watching it. I went on Twitter today. This is a real headline on MSNBC, okay? Real headline. Opinion. Why inflation is actually a good thing. Inflation's your high gas prices. It's actually it's a good thing. And all you have to do is realize that it's actually a good thing and your life will get better. What is wrong with people that are still watching these networks? How do you not understand that these people work for the government? How do you not actually objectively look at your life and say, my life is getting worse. I am poorer. I'm more unhappy. My kids are not safe. I am being forced to inject chemicals in my arm, irrespective of whether or not I want it or feel that I need it. I am being told that I must do it in order to keep my job. People that I didn't vote for or elect, like OSHA and the CDC, are making laws and mandates. That is not the way our Constitution works. Have you read the Constitution? Do you know what the Constitution says? Do you understand that this administration is walking over, they're ripping up the Constitution, because the Constitution cannot exist in the same place that a communist country exists. There could be no God when the government is going to become God. There could be no nation under God when they want a nation under an omnipotent government. What is it going to take for you to wake up? How much more will you take?
God forbid something happens to Donald Trump because of what I'm telling you, that they're not taking his threat matrix seriously. I will never, ever forget this article. And Daniel Arkin's piece I will highlight every day to make sure you know that the people who wanted Trump hurt use this as cover to not do anything about his growing security situation. And of course, once this loser at NBC, Daniel Arkin, wrote this story, Business Insider emailed this dipshit too. Aliyah Shoaib. Tucker Carlson claims we're speeding towards assassination, amping up baseless far-right conspiracy theories. I emailed Aliyah Shoaib, another coward, loser, zero, parents embarrassed to have spawned this idiot. I said, listen, is this baseless? How do you know it's baseless when you never asked me what I was basing it on? The answer is this idiot doesn't know that at all. They're making it up. And then Forbes had to jump in. Here's another imbecile at Forbes, Antonio Pequeño, the fourth Pequeño. He's very Pequeño. He says it's a conspiracy theory. Where it started, who was pushing it. Here's the irony of this. These people do no homework at all. Did you guys pick up on this? They're claiming Tucker Carlson said it and then we picked up on it, which is kind of funny because we said this months ago when someone reached out to us saying there was a very dangerous situation happen, and then Tucker said it after. So how did we pick up on Tucker when you could have just looked back at my Rumble account and actually saw we said it a long time ago? The answer is Antonio Pequeño, ADO Shobab, whatever your name is, and Dan Arkin, three douche canoes. The answer is you just could have looked and figured out that I had already been talking about this. And I'm not going to, and by the way, you think I'm going to give up my sources? I thought we were protecting whistleblowers. You guys don't give a shit. If this guy gets hurt, God forbid, because of what I know and you don't, you have no idea, I will never, ever let this go. I want you to understand that. I will never let this go. Ever. What? Dan Arkin, I'm very sorry. Guy did some homework. Guy says, show him respect in the security space. What's his bachelor's degree in, Guy, again? English and New Media. Dan, I'm sorry. You are 100% know more about presidential executive protection than I definitely know more than I do, Dan. He graduated cum laude in English and special media. Special media, Dan. We're so sorry. By the way, Dan's never gotten back to me, so you should find him on Twitter. You should find him on Twitter and ask him why. If he's got a source saying I'm making this up, it's weird. He doesn't even cite the source anonymously. The answer why is he doesn't have a source. He's making this up because he doesn't care if Trump gets hurt. And he's trying to get us to stop talking about it because they know exactly what Biden allies are doing to diminish this guy's security footprint. Human freaking garbage in the media. Garbage. Justice is dead. This deep state is real. Do not listen to these people. This was a great tweet by this AKA guy on Twitter. 10 years in prison for Amin, 17 for pulling on a metal temporary fence. He had 18 months in prison for throwing a Molotov cocktail into a police car in the middle of New York City. Jan 6 protests, no deaths except unarmed Trump supporters, barely any damage, lasted 3 hours. Thousands prosecuted, not one charge was dropped. BLM riots, 700 officers injured, $2 billion in damages, lasted for months. 2,000 felony arrests dropped. Goes on, folks. Stand in front of abortion clinic, find yourself in jail. Bomb the courthouse in Portland, Oregon. Find yourself a hero to the Biden left. Justice is dead, folks. I want you to understand you're living in a police state right now. The evidence is everywhere. And all of these media people, they're doing their best to try to intimidate you. The beautiful part about this whole thing is we have 73,300 people watching. We have 2.87 million subscribers on Rumble. We get 1 million people that watch an episode on video, about another million on audio. We have one of the largest social media presences in the world, 4 to 5 times out of the Washington Post and New York Times. They're losing. You're winning. 350 radio stations. You can't stop me. You can't stop me. You can't, ever. There's nothing you can do. We're not afraid. We're not even remotely intimidated. I was born for this. Every second of it. I love it. I wake up every morning and I feed and fuel off your stupidity. I hope you understand that. There's nothing you'll ever do to stop me. I will die fighting you, idiots. To my last breath. I will expose you, ridicule you, everything. I will never stop. There's no boycott. There's nothing you can do to me. I am financially secure for life. It's not, money means nothing to me anymore. Zero. Not a damn thing. It's exposing you absolute losers. That's my entire life's mission. I will never stop. Ever.
The next variant is coming. I'm going to speak in code. Those who know will understand. The new variant is here, and we're seeing all the pieces in place. We've gotten warning signs and leaks and disclosures from trusted individuals for a while now. It's time for you to prepare. What does that look like? First things first, this is going to be political cover. That's what they're using it for, and that's what they'll continue to use it for. You will see seismic shifts in the political system. You will see unbelievable shifts in the things that are happening in our country. But one thing is for sure, there will be an us and a them. It's unclear what everyone will look like and where the lines will be drawn, but it will be this simple. Those that comply and those that don't. During this next move, you will see an implementation of mandates, laws, restrictions. They will be much more swift and harsh because they'll know they have to be to get people to comply. They will be fast and effective at their intention, and they will employ the help of those that comply. For those that know, you'll know what I'm saying. You must distance yourself from those that comply. They are not your friends. They can no longer show up to Thanksgiving dinner. They are not healthy people to be around. In fact, they are dangerous. Those who comply are dangerous. They will become the brown shirts. They will be the ones to turn your family in. They will be the ones to tell them where you've hidden your children. This is not a game. We are about to go through a very, very dark time. And if you are not paying attention, if you are not awake by now, I don't think there's hope for you to wake up, at least not this time. Many people are going to be sucked into this. Many people are going to get duped again. But it's not going to be easy for anyone. not for those that comply, and not for those who resist. No matter what, it's going to be difficult. So choose your difficult. You need to know your neighbors. You need to have as much land as humanly possible. You need to have all the tools in place. You need to be ready to go at a minute's notice. You need to know who's been red-pilled and who's been blue-pilled in your community, in your family, in your friends. I wish it was simple. I wish there was something people could say or do and just wake everyone up at once. But I think we're past that. I don't think it's going to happen. I'm not saying we're outnumbered, but I am saying we are probably being outplayed. Unfortunately, because of the actions of past political leaders, we do not have the system in place, the resources, or the intention to make the changes necessary to protect our future. I'm all for political change, but to hope that political change will solve this problem is foolishness at this point. We had a chance for political change. We had a chance to shift the trajectory of this country. We've had many chances. And because those in charge are unwilling to do the very difficult work of dismantling the stranglehold on this country, because they're truly unwilling to risk their lives, unwilling to do what is necessary, we will suffer as a result. There isn't a good answer. We will probably lead down a very, very dark path in the future. I don't see light at the end of this tunnel. I don't. I only see a very dark season. This is not going to be an easy struggle. There will be geopolitical global upheaval in the scale we haven't seen ever in all the wars, in all of time. That's what we're moving towards. You cannot create a one-world government without somebody being in charge. When the people who want to be in charge have everything to gain and everything to lose. One of the biggest temptations that I think most people who understand what I'm saying are going to have is to sit in their prayer closet and do nothing. A lot of people are going to hope and wish and pray, and the lack of action is going to cost you your family. Now is not the time to hope and wish and pray. Now is the time to act. You must get up. You must go out. You must do the things necessary to feed and take care of your family. The time is short. Even now, pay attention. It's time to act. Get to it.
A storm is coming, a storm is.
What the fuck did he just say? What?
Okay, this is not a political post at all. But did anyone hear what Biden said yesterday? Take a listen.
I want to reiterate that appreciation today. I also convened my entire cabinet as part of a whole of government response. And that response is to increase the number and intensity of the extreme weather events and be where we're going to be use all the resources available to the government to do it.
Now here's the thing. There are those who are going to hear that and say he's rambling, he's crazy, he's old. He doesn't know what he's saying. And then there are those that are going to go, he knows exactly what he's saying. Because at this point, like I've told you all, in movies and in some of these speeches from some of our elected officials, I'm not getting into all of that. They know that there is a certain amount of the population that is what we would call awake. And we know that when they say things, we know exactly what they actually mean. They also know that that number of people is far less than all of the other people that are still fast asleep and just taking things as, whatever, it's just another press conference. They know that there aren't as many people awake looking at things this way. So it doesn't matter anymore. So they're just being honest, and they're being absolutely blunt at this point and telling us exactly what the truth is, because they know they've got the numbers on their side. So, you guys, he literally just told us that they're creating these climate crises.